Welcome to NFL Primetime, presented by Jameson, the unofficial drink of game day.
Welcome, everybody. Week 10 already on the clock's turned dark, early, etc. Football, bright. Chris Berman, Booger McFarland, welcome to Week 10 of NFL Primetime. Veterans Day weekend, so a lot of observation, properly so, at the stadiums and hopefully with everybody out there. And, boy, that AFC North, man, I mean, you're going to really have to do something to win that division. These teams are all good.
Well, and just when you think you have it figured out, somebody throws a monkey wrench in there, and you're like, I didn't see that coming.
Right. Like, I mean, the top two ranked defenses in football, yard-wise, Cleveland and Baltimore. Yeah. So that's going to be 6-3.
Defensive struggle. Yeah, exactly.
Obviously. But we digress. One thing we do want to say, the Cleveland at Baltimore. Baltimore beat them earlier in the year. Nobody really does the Veterans Day at the stadium observation better than they do in Baltimore. Here we go. And, of course, with the Naval Academy down the road, this is what they do. I mean, God bless all those who are serving, who have served, and those who will serve.
Absolutely.
So, first quarter, defensive struggle. Well, defense, did we say? How about those safeties? That's Kyle Hamilton literally walking in, picking off Deshaun Watson.
Boom, he's a big safety. He's not 5'10", he's 6'3" out of Notre Dame, and his size and his leaping ability made that play possible.
Nobody outside of Baltimore till last week heard of Keaton Mitchell. Got in the second half against a routed Seattle, and boy, does he have burners. A 4-3 burner, Keaton Mitchell. He's gone. 14-0 Baltimore early.
Gives them something they don't have, Boom. Speed in the backfield.
And now it's 17-9 the third quarter. Lamar to Odell Beckham Jr. That was a really good-looking play to start the third quarter. The zip and Beckham in the end zone.
Nice little slant route, a little rack, little run after the catch from OBJ.
So they're up 15, 24-9. The Browns have scored a touchdown late in the third, 24-17. That's Myles Garrett. Yeah. As good as there is.
On his way to being Defensive Player of the Year, Boom.
Ravens will be forced to punt. James Prochet once played for Baltimore, now on Cleveland. He's going to get the punt. No, he's not. It's a fumble. Oh, and look what Baltimore gets at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and it sets up a gift for Gus Edwards. And so they've regained a two-touchdown lead, 31-17. This should be it.
And at that point, you think they got it under control.
You should be it. Now, fourth quarter, Deshaun Watson, David Njoku. Wow, the Bavaro-esque, right? Oh, man, Cleveland would not be denied Watson. Elijah Moore, he's in there. Hey, isn't that supposed to be 6-3? 31-24.
Former New York Jet, Elijah.
Boy, now good. Jackson's pass tipped at the line. Greg Newsome picks it off. So each team is going to pick six. So the defenses score and having a good time.
Really good job getting the hand up, tip ball, tips and overthrows the defense. We got to get those.
However, the extra point is missed, so Baltimore gets a gift. They're up 31-30, but Watson, minute and a half to go now. Scrambling, running. Oh, he looks like we remember. Gain of 16 in Baltimore territory. Very next play, Jerome Ford. Tell you what, he ran like a top-of-the-line Ford in this game, didn't he? Oh, the offensive line. That's the Lake Erie Steery. I don't know. I mean, that's very interesting. Dustin Hopkins missed the extra point. Now, field goal, 40 yards to win. They take a long time looking over this putt. Snap it. No problem. Cool. Missed the extra point, but cool when he really needed to be. My goodness, Cleveland is like the 9 lives of a cat. They really did. And they knocked the Ravens from that roll that they were on. The Cleveland Browns winning a wild game at the Big Crab Cake, 33-31. And in this thing, first time the Browns have been 6-3 since they were reborn in 1999. And Baltimore's 4-game winning streak is snapped. Our intrepid, and we say that with the Navy nearby, Sal Paolantonio with Myles Garrett.
What can you say about the performance of your quarterback, Deshaun Watson, in this game? Had a bad start, never gave up.
That's exactly what we're about. Just being relentless. You know, he's a dog. You know, he epitomizes what it means to be a dog and a Cleveland Brown. Always fighting and playing, being scrappy. He's not scared of contact. He's going to come up big for us down the stretch, and I'm not scared to say it. He's one of the very best right now. I don't care what the stats are saying.
We did not play well enough. We did not play the kind of winning football that we need to play to win a game like that. Different situations, all three phases, and the coaching staff. So we got to put it behind us.
Yeah, put it behind us because real quick, they're playing the Bengals Thursday night in their third of three straight home games. But first things first, Cleveland ran for 178 on Baltimore. Ford had over 100. But those are numbers. They should have been gone 2 or 3 times, but we're not. That speaks to a Browns team that we haven't seen like this for a while.
The mental toughness of this Brown team is something we haven't seen in a while. Down 14-0, down 31-17, everything going against them. But then to have the mental fortitude to come back, to run the football, almost 200 yards rushing. And then here's the big thing. We've been waiting to see the consistent Deshaun Watson. Although he didn't show up in the first half, Deshaun Watson looked as close as we've seen to Deshaun Watson in the second half as we've seen in a long time. And you can see the confidence in the team start to grow when they saw him make plays. And the defense, when they needed to make stops, got the pick six, got the turnover. They got stops in the second half. So this is a big win. I don't think we lose confidence in Baltimore, but this is a huge win for Cleveland to go into that building against that team.
Well, they never win in that building.
Well, they never win, down twice, to come back and win. Big for them.
Very, very, very impressive. And like we said, 6-3. No, 33. 33-31. You know what somebody told me a long time ago? The reason you can't predict football?
Yeah.
The ball's not round. It doesn't even bounce right.
No, it doesn't.
Let alone try to predict. So the big win by them. Now, Cincinnati know that they're going into Baltimore on Thursday night. They've kind of working their way back up.
Yeah.
I figure, this is a good chance to pick up a win. Here they go against Houston. So the Bengals, they've been rolling, as you know, 4-game. And that's the Montreal Alouette jersey of Joe Burrow's dad, Jimmy Burrows, played for the 1977 Grey Cup champion Montreal Alouette.
Okay, I hear the accent.
And they won a they're into the Grey Cup. They won a big playoff game yesterday. We digress. That's Burrow to Trenton Irwin, 7-0 Cincy. But C.J. Stroud, rookie record throwing last week to Tank Farmer and the Dell, game on 7-all.
No doubt, those rookies have been outstanding. The best rookie combination in football.
Texans lead 10-7 at the half. Now 13-7. Burrow escape. Sheldon Rankins. And the ball's going to be loose, but Cincy falls on it, but it forces a punt.
Sheldon Rankins have an outstanding season for DeMeco Ryans' defense.
Midway through the third, Stroud to toss to former Bill Devin Singletary.
Yeah,
in the end zone, running it. Touchdown, 20-7. Texans. Now, just under a minute to go in the third, down 20-10 to Burrow. Jamar Chase splits defenders. Touchdown, 64 yards, 20-17 game.
Just a good play. Burrow leaves the pocket. Chase breaks his right off, goes deep.
Boy, Houston playing so good, both sides of the ball now, except for that Stroud and Noah Brown, who had a big game. He knows what to do with it, 34-yard game. Now, first and goal at the 8, Houston. Stroud. I see room. I see the end zone. And it's an Ohio State celebration.
Yeah, H hitting back in Ohio. You gotta like it.
Hey, like that. 27-17, 4 minutes to go. Burrow scrambling. Shaquille Griffin with the pick. And Houston's going to have a really good time. They're going to upset Cincinnati on the road until, it's Cam Taylor-Britt to pick off Stroud. My goodness. Touchdown in a minute because Mixon punches it in, 27-24.
Yeah, good job by Cam Taylor-Britt undercutting that route.
Now, 3 and out, Houston. Now here's Burrow. Tyler Boyd, look out. He could go most of the way. 64 yards down to the 7. Third and goal, Texans. Burrow. He dropped it. Almost.
Boom, that's when he's going to look back on. Ball a little bit behind him, but an NFL receiver, his caliber's got to make that catch.
So they make the field goal, so they come from 10 down to tie it. 43 seconds to go. Stroud led a last-minute win last week against Tampa Bay. Dolphins shoot. He knows something. Under 15 to go. Stroud. Noah Brown. I told you he'd know what to do. 22-yard gain. Field goal range. Remember, their kicker hurt last week. They had a position player do field goal kicking. Kai Fairbairn hurt. Matt Amendola. Hey, welcome to Houston. Guys play quarterback, don't even know the playbook, they win. That's coming up. New kickers, well, that's different. Good. The Texans, after coughing up the lead, I mean, that tough, and they hadn't lost for a month. Cincinnati win it. 30-27. You saw at the end, Joe Mixon go over to Boyd, say, hey, hang with us. We got a Thursday game. You know, stay loose.
And that Thursday game is now big because both Baltimore and Cincinnati coming off a loss to AFC North, up for grabs, supremacy in that conference. And for the Bengals, you gotta be able to make that catch and make the crucial plays down the stretch. And there's really not any more superlatives I can say about C.J. Stroud as a rookie. He's been outstanding.
826 yards passing last 2 weeks. That's a record. Meanwhile, game we were looking forward to. 5 in a row wins. Jacksonville off 5. 3 in a row losses. San Francisco, but they were loose in Florida's first coast. Debo back. Chase Young of a Niner. Brock Purdy looked right. And Brandon Ayuk. It's his first touchdown since week 1. That's kind of surprising. 7-0 Niners.
Yeah, they got to get him more involved in the game plan.
Yeah, well, they got so many options when they're all healthy. Early second, Trevor Lawrence. Chase Young, Nick Bosa. So these guys were Ohio State teammates. Let's say I'm at Northwestern or Purdue. How would I have blocked them?
You couldn't block a boom, and today the entire defensive line was unblockable. 2 guys like that drafted in the top 2 picks in their respective drafts.
Ohio State teammate falls on the ball. 13-3 Niners at the half. Now, beginning, second and inches, third quarter, Purdy, George Pa Kittle, 66 yards. His longest TD catch in 5 years, 20-3, San Francisco, all Niners. Lawrence, did we say all? Nick Bosa? It's picked off. Who the funga thought that they were going to get around Bosa? Villanova, Hufanga make the pick. A Pro Bowler last year. The Niners take over.
Yeah, so much pressure on Trevor Lawrence. He had a rough day, Boom.
Purdy. Well, that's a pretty good pocket. Kittle, he makes the catch. And then we get to sing, Lynchy loves it. Debo, the flip to Debo Samuel. Whoa, one more for the road. He is a buzz, Skaggs. In the end, it's a 27-3. It's a rout. Nobody really saw a rout coming. But Purdy, hey, wait a minute. We got a Pro Bowl fullback that, he's a pretty good offensive weapon in case we need him. Kyle Juszczyk from Harvard. 34-3. Just over 3 to go. They want Darnold in the game now. Could Christian McCaffrey break the record, the tie that he has with Lenny Moore of 17 straight games with a touchdown? He could not. He played all 4 plays at the end. Kyle Shanahan tried to get him there. Look, he's still in the record books tied.
They tried, but when they gave the ball to him 4 plays in a row from the tailback, from the wide receiver position, they were trying to get the record, but all in all, great win by the 49ers.
Well, you saw John Lynch, your former teammate, the Hall of Famer, on the field afterwards. And speaking of Hall of Famer, Lenny Moore, to be tied with a Hall of Famer, I'm sure Christian McCaffrey, we know that means a lot to him. After the game, Christian McCaffrey on what almost was.
Did you do some lobbying to get back out there for the potential?
Yeah, I suck. Everyone else on the team scored, except for me. No, that means a lot to me for them to keep me in at the end of the game there and try to get me that record. But hey, I'll take a huge win.
I'm very upset that he didn't score, but it is what it is. We got the win. And the great thing is he's going to continue to score a lot of touchdowns for us.
As is he, look. Not minimizing Jacksonville, they had the longest winning streak in football at this time, and they had won 5 in a row, and they won on like every field possible. This is what the Niners look like in September and early October. Healthy left tackle with Trent Williams, healthy Debo. Okay, McCaffrey didn't get in the end zone, nice problem to have. Yeah. And Bosa and Chase Young. So if we're looking into the future, it's pretty bright, isn't it, Booger, for them?
It's amazing. Sometimes the monotony of the season can lull us to sleep. They lose 3 in a row. Then comes the bye week. Let's make a trade. Lynchy makes a trade. Let's bring over Chase Young. All of a sudden now, a pass rush that had been non-existent gets invigorated. And then you bring the defensive coordinator, Steve Wilks, from the booth down to the sideline.
Saw that.
And now you got energy, Boom. The entire sideline has energy. And this is what this team normally looks like. A physical team getting after the passer. The energy was better. They got healthy, and the energy was better. It was an outstanding performance led by the defense.
And for the Jags, look, this is not good. I mean, they weren't on this day. Trevor, they turned it over a couple times. Niners played a clean game. This is the ultimate big boy football. They'll be better off for it. I'm not worried about them. It's funny how these division leaders get beat by 30 points. We've seen it a few times
We
this
were
year.
reminded today, and Jacksonville should know this, there are levels to greatness. It's one thing to knock off 5 in a row against some teams. But when you get against the big boys, like they did in the playoffs last year against Kansas City, now you step up to the big boys, San Francisco, Philadelphia. Those are the upper echelon teams. You got to raise your game. And when the quarterback continues to raise his game, the rest of the team will. Not worried about them, but they're reminded there are levels to success in our league.
Right, and San Francisco is ready for a good team, and they certainly should. They're back on the roll. Now, when you say Green Bay and Pittsburgh, I mean, you just, Lombardi, Chuck Noll, the Steel Curtain. I know it's modern time, Mike Tomlin. By the way, you look at the stat sheet, you wonder how they win. But they win! This is Jalen Warren. I missed a whoop, darn it. 12-yard gain, and Najee Harris. Both Warren and Harris ran well. The Steelers led 7-0 early. However, Jordan Love, the Packers won last week. Romeo Dobbs. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? We're tied at 7.
Unbelievable throw by Love. Great job by Dobbs getting his feet down.
Late second quarter, 3rd and 16, Green Bay. Pittsburgh up 17-7. Love. Well, how nice is that? Jaden Reed comes down with a 35-yard touchdown.
Where's this Love been all season, Boom? He's been inconsistent today. Early on, he was outstanding.
Love today for a while was true. Anders Carlson, extra point block. Patrick Peterson, how many kicks does he block in his career? A lot.
Boom, he had great get off and the ability to lean and get to the ball.
See, little things, Pittsburgh. Remember that play? 17-13. Now 4.5 to go in the game. 23-19. Love to Dontavian Wicks. Lighting the candle, 32 yards. Coach Tomlin, wait a minute. We got to stop the pack in the red zone. In the 14, Love, Christian Watson. Peterson tips it. Keanu Neal. Boy, Pittsburgh just gets the picks at the end, toward the end of games, don't they?
Team defense, Boom. Tips and overthrows. Nice job by Peterson. Can't make the pick. Tip it to my guy. He makes the interception. It's when the secondary plays together, they play well.
Steelers on 3rd and 9. Kenny Pickett trying to put it away to George Pickens. It's a first down, but a flag. Offensive PI. Calvin Austin forces a Steeler punt.
Yeah, good call there by the ref.
Now under a minute to go. Whoa. Ooh. Uh-oh, Reed wide open. They're playing back because they're up 4, not 3. That's why I say remember the extra point. 17 seconds to go, 4th and 3. Love to A.J. Dillon, the quad father. Don't get hit by those things. Tick, 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 tick. We have no timeout. Tick, 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 tick. Okay. One more play. Final play of the game from the 16th. Love. DeMonte Casey. Again, end of game, 2 pick Steelers. Oh, and he pushed by Zach Tom, who had to block Watt a lot of the day, and now a scuffle. Hey, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? I don't know. I'm going to be home. You want a pumpkin pie, or do you like apple pie? Maybe that wasn't white what they were discussing, but, you got to get ready for the holidays.
No question, Boom.
And so, look, I got to say this. The Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? This is Darren's dandy. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the first team. They started keeping yards in 1933, team stats.
Okay.
That have been outgained in their first 9 games of the season. The first team to have a winning record. They're 6-3.
And does it surprise you that the coach of said team is Mike Tomlin?
We're not. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They know how to win.
And exactly. They know how to win games and know how to close them out, Boom.
It ain't all fantasy stats. You win the game. Now, how about the Josh Dobbs story? He had a week, by the way, a home game start. Well, he didn't know where to go. The security guard said, you got to get off here. First floor is in the locker room. Okay, you're starting today with the Vikings. Good luck to you. He was a hero last week. We know the story. T.J. Hawkinson. Dobbs, this is a week he had to look. He looked at the playbook. Or at least learn the name of his teammates. And they learned what he can do. Watch this. I'm going to run it. What? There we go. I didn't miss that one. 17-3 Minnesota.
Boom, just look at the athleticism, though. The ability to elude defenders, understanding when there's no one open. This is the extra dimension that he brings to this offense that Kirk Cousins couldn't.
Well, and here's another dimension. 6'3" Dobbs to the big Hawkinson tight end. More on him in a moment on what he did. Fourth Viking quarterback pass and rushing touchdown, a consecutive game, 24-3 Minnesota against the Saints. Saints are a division leader. Derek Carr, pass complete to Olave, but Carr hurt shoulder.
Yeah, but when they sandwiched him pretty good. That defensive line led by Danielle Hunter was getting after Carr all day long.
Yeah, he had another sack today, a concussion right to Jameis. Oh, it's going to be fun now. Jameis Winston's in. Chris Olave, whoa!
Boom, you won't see a better throw and catch this NFL season. What a job by Olave, getting 2 toes down.
So Jameis throwing it to Olave. They make a 2-point conversion, 27-11. 12 to go game. Jameis. A.T. Perry. Ty goes to the runner. Touchdown.
The quintessential 50-50 ball, A.T. Berry makes Jameis right.
And another 2-point conversion, 27-19. The Saints have the ball. Oh, boy. Well, he had 2, and then Blackman picked one up. He's still up 2-1, Jameis. You know you're going to have fun with him in there one way or the other. Under 2 to go. Winston again. Hey. Byron Murphy Jr. intercepts it. But they're not done.
No?
They actually get the ball again. I watched it. I don't know how it happened. The one thing you know, he can reach the end zone.
No doubt. Hail Mary, boom.
What do you do, Boog?
Knock it down.
Doink. Ooh.
They don't learn, boom. They just don't learn.
He could throw it 60.
No question.
I mean, he could throw it 70 probably. It's always fun, and that's not a knock with Jameis. And he brought them back. But Josh Dobbs, the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, they won 5 in a row. Cousins hurt. The backup hurt last week. Dobbs wins, and he 268. He threw 4. He ran for 44. And a clean game. No turnovers, Minnesota. Now, you knew this would be the most fun game of the week, Book.
Without a doubt.
Lions at Chargers. Oh, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert, here we go. Naturally, we're picking up 17-10. David Montgomery here. Well, here he goes. 75 yards. Lions? 24-10. Lions! Dan Campbell fired up. He's having a good time. Why wouldn't he with this team? What a team he's put together. Herbert, Keenan Allen. He and Mike Evans, they just keep doing it.
Just the ageless wonders of football. They continue to turn back their hands.
And Austin Eckler, I mean, they make the 1-yard play look tough, although he gets in the end zone a ton. 24-17, we're only at the half. Chargers 3rd and 3 from the 30. Herbert, Allen. But he lands hard on the left shoulder. He would return, but he had to head to the locker room for a while. And again, he's just such a Mike Williams, of course, already out, so the best. He would come back, like we say. They're down 24-17. They never led in this game, the Chargers, but they tied it a million times. Jalen Guyton was tied at 24.
Yeah, great play design by the offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore.
Amon-Ra St. Brown from Goff. But so many skilled players on the line. 33 yards on the move. And then, they set up the screen, and that's really nicely set up. Amon-Ra St. Brown again, the Lion, they're moving in the end zone. He caught 8 for 156, 31-24 Detroit.
Back home, Southern California product, boom.
Yep, Herbert. Yeah, 4th and goal from the 1, incomplete. But a flag, Cameron Sutton. 4 more plays. That was 4th and goal, Herbert to Johnston. We're tied at 31. This game was awesome. Unless you love defense. On a play action, Goff. Brock Wright. Oh, how good a play is that? 38-31 Detroit.
Love the play call. Fake the run and throw it over the top to the tight end.
Under 4 to go. Herbert. Allen. Boy, is he back. And in the end zone, he caught 11 for 175, missing. We're tied at 38. 3.5 to go. Now what? Goff. Play action. That's a good look to the left of Khalif Raymond. Oh, boy. Where's the defense? Raymond, 41 yards. Lions rolling. 4th and 2, and they don't kick a field goal and give Herbert the ball. Dan Campbell says, we're going to go for it. Right here, and Sam Laporta opens the door for a gutsy play for Detroit. Opens the door for Riley Patterson, 41 yards, 2 seconds to go. Right down the pipe.
Yeah. How about that?
Look at that. But a lot of you just kick the field goal and try to play D. No, we're going to get it, and they're never going to get the ball because I've seen what game this is. No, I got it when he made that decision, no question. And the Detroit Lions are 7-2, okay? Like they bye, they had a big Monday night party. Remember I said I wasn't worried about them after the Ravens game?
Yeah, no doubt.
Correct.
I love what the Lions are doing, Boom. They're physical and their gutsiness to go for that on 4th and 2, to go for the jugular, to move the ball closer, not settle for a longer field goal, to get the football closer. Dan Campbell, he understands the pulse of his team, and they believe in him.
Right, and despite the fact that Herbert threw for over 300, Allen was great. David Montgomery, one of the stars. Goff threw for 333. I mean, the numbers are amazing. Montgomery, 12 for 116 with our Lindsey theory after the game.
David, a huge 4th down conversion for you guys to kick that game-winning field goal. Where's the confidence in this group come from to go for it so often and to convert on those 4th down moments?
Yeah, I think it started up top, with Coach Campbell. At the beginning of the year, he told us that if we just trust him and we get opportunities to make plays and we got opportunities to convert, he gonna do it.
Some say it's a boneheaded move, and some say it's not. And I made the decision, and I stick by that decision.
I hate to go back to the first thing that you bite the kneecaps and we have fun with that.
Yeah.
But that's a coaching decision to bite the knee. This is who I got. This is my confidence in him. And if it doesn't work, even though they've given up a lot of points, I still got a defense that can make a play anyway. That's why the Lions play for him so hard.
We hear this phrase so much, change the culture. I'm going to come in and change the culture. What does it actually mean? I'm going to change the mindset of my team. That way we know when we're in a battle that we got the toughest team, we got the most physical team, and we're going to be the aggressor. We're not scared. So oftentimes, how many times have the Lions been in games where you're like, oh, when are they going to lose it? No, they don't have that mindset anymore, and it's all because of Dan Campbell. You're right. He changed it at the first press conference when he said, we're going to bite knees and elbows. You know what that means?
Right.
We're going to be feisty, and we're going to be the aggressor. And they've been that way ever since he's taken over, and the culture has changed in Detroit because of him. And week in and week out, they play to the way that their head coach coaches, which is physical, tough, mentally tough, resilient, no matter where they go. That's the way they play. And that's why, Boom, they're one of the better teams in the National Football League.
And I know the Jets are not the Lions, but where that pass rush that we saw from the Chargers, they could have used it today.
Led by a defensive head coach, their defense continues to come up short over and over.
They could have used it today. Now, how do you think this is going to turn out? Giants, Cowboys, 40-0 in the beginning of the opening game. And, as usual, they look good. Well, they looked real good again. Dallas, angered off the Philly loss. Dak Prescott to ABCDEFG Lamb. One end to catch 30 yards.
Who needs one hand, Boom?
No, that's right. Early first still. Tony Pollard going to be stopped short. Giants defense.
They're playing tougher.
Yeah, but it wouldn't last. Lamb on a reverse. Touchdown, 7-0. How about them Cowboys? Last seconds of the first quarter. Prescott. Cordelli flat. No flotsam jetsam here. He's a Giant. They're trying.
No doubt. Flott's been playing really well. Rookie from LSU playing at a high level.
Saquon Barkley. Stopped short on 4th and 2. Tommy DeVito family. Tommy DeVito starting quite more on him in a minute. I'm not sure what that was. Cowboys take over. Prescott to Brandon Cooks. 25-yard gain. And now Dallas feeling it. I mean, the Giants are trying. Look, anybody, Brian Daboll should be fired. Forget it. They got in the playoffs last year. They played above level. They just don't have enough. Not even close enough. Prescott to Jake Ferguson. 14-0 Cowboys. 4 minutes left in the half. Prescott, Cook. Now you know what's going to happen.
Brandon Cooks is more involved, Boom. First time we're getting him really involved.
Yeah, 21-0. 2 minutes to go. Prescott off back foot, literally. Lamb there. Prescott goes, that was kind of cute. Final seconds first half. Prescott. Oh, I can make it. Yeah, I think so. Through 6 quarters, Dallas 68, Giants nothing.
That's how I felt.
Now this is poor Tommy DeVito. Joe Pesci played that role in Goodfellas. It didn't end well for him, but that's a touchdown to Lawrence Cager. Giants on the board. Prescott, giddy up. Michael Gallup with a 41-yard touchdown. What do? You just want them to play football, keep their spirits up somehow. But got Dallas again at the wrong time. DeVito, Jalen Hylett, Darren Bland. I mean, he's far from bland this season back there.
It's amazing. Trayvon Diggs goes out. You wonder who's going to start taking the ball away from the Cowboys. Bland has done a good job of that.
We're still in the third quarter. Prescott, Lamb, 26 of 35 for 404. More of it, you get the picture.
Yes.
Dallas 49 and the Giants 17. We gave you that number. Brandon Cooks 9 for 173. And now, Seahawks blasted last week at Baltimore. And into town comes surprising Washington. Played Philly tough twice, beat, they won at Foxborough. I mean, say what you want. Geno Smith been struggling a little bit. Now this is Sam Thurston, B. Howell, Brian Robinson down the sidelines in Seattle. 51 yards. Longest play from scrimmage this year for the Commanders. They missed the point after 6-0. Same score. It was, now it's 9-9 at the half. Howell. No, he makes some really good throws on the run, Booger, doesn't he? And this is Robinson down the sideline, 48 yards. And now 3rd and 10 at the 21. But unsung Boye Mafe has a sack just about every game.
And he's rushing as good as anybody in football, Boom. The speed to go inside, outside, he's doing it at a high level.
7 straight games with a sack. That's
pretty
longest
good
streak in Seahawk history. Field goal, 12-9 Washington. Geno. Kenneth Walker. Oh, when he gets ahead, he's a north-souther out of the backfield, and he cut. Go on the way. 16-12. Seattle. That's a Swami-like score, 16-12. Now it's 19-12. That's what you get in the Super Bowl box when you put down $100. You know it's gone. Howell to Antonio Gibson, tied at 19. Now Seattle 4th and 5. Smith looking for DK Metcalf. Flag. St. Jude's call for PI.
Yeah, it's a good call, Boom. He's got the left hand wrapped around the top. He reaches around with the right hand. It's a good call.
Now, 2nd and goal from the 10. Geno. Tyler Lockett was big on this drive.
Like a fastball, Boom. Low and outside with some heat, and watch Lockett go get it.
And Lockett just, again, an unsung, just really good player for a long time, as we all know. 26-19. Commanders, 2 minutes to go. Howell. Gibson. 9 yards short of the first down on 3rd and 10. 4th and 1, gotta go. They have receivers like Terry McLaurin. Howell finds him. First down, 8 yards. 3rd and 10. Ooh, nice pocket. Oh, De'Ami Brown, 35 yards. 26 all as we are tied at 26. Seahawks with a chance to win the game. 3rd and 4 from 31. Smith. Metcalf, see, to me, that can happen a lot more. Physical receiver.
Absolutely.
Now, 17 yards, Smith. Metcalf spins. I think when the game breaks down, I'd like to see this more. This is just me as someone that watches the team.
Completely agree with you, Boom. Inside routes.
Spikes the ball. Jason Myers, 43-yard. Good. This is you can mail a letter to Seattle, Washington. So Seattle beats Washington 29-26. So Geno certainly much better, almost 370 in the game. A couple of touchdowns. You saw the Walker play. Howell over 300 again. Ron Rivera told me off. I really like this guy. He's coming on. And so to the Seahawks, look, it wasn't pretty. It was a grinder.
You're right.
But in the end, their best offensive weapons are Lockett and Metcalf.
No question.
I know Walker's a good player. Just use them in a certain way if you've got some protection that they can win games.
And it's not necessarily doing it the way that we think they should do. Everybody thinks DK needs to go deep, to your point. Run him on slants, in breaking routes.
Right.
Get him the football and allow him to run after catch. Use that physicality. He's 6'2", 225 pounds. As far as Walker's concerned, he doesn't necessarily have to carry the ball 20 times.
No.
10 carries, 7 or 8 catches. And Geno Smith can orchestrate the offense. He was outstanding today, Boom. When he plays that way and he can be the leader, let's not forget, this is still a really young football team.
Very.
And when Geno can be the leader and set the tone, and Lockett and Metcalf, this team plays with confidence. The defense will continue to get better. Maffei's having an outstanding season. I love how they play. It's tough to beat them up there. Now, can they take it on the road when they go next?
So they keep pace at San Francisco,
Yes.
6-3, and they're going to play them twice in a 3-week span coming up in a couple of weeks. Last international game, Patriots-Colts. They're in Germany. Veterans Day, football in Germany.
Interesting.
I'm going to keep my opinion to myself on this, okay? But I think you can figure out what I'm thinking. Never mind. Under 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. Mac Jones sacked by Odangbo. The Colts settled for a field goal in red zone. The Patriots, they haven't figured it out all year. And Jones was sacked 5 times this year. Gardner Minshew had a big throw late, had this throw early to Michael Pittman, and they didn't even have time to sneeze because on 4th and goal, Jonathan Taylor starting to look like the guy we remember.
Yeah, and they're getting the ball more, not just running up the middle. Get him the ball on the outside. He was a 4-3 guy at Wisconsin. He can run pretty fast.
Under 9 minutes to go, third quarter. Jones down 7-3. Underhanded pass to Ramondre Stevens. Oh, boy. What? Incomplete. The Patriots missed field goal. That's Bill O'Brien from Brown University. We learned that. I don't know if that was the English class that he was teaching right
Let's
there.
say he's not happy.
No, nobody is. Patriots down 7-3 still. Got up early for this. Jones scrambles out of the pocket 15 yards. First down New England. Start of the fourth quarter. Ezekiel Elliott. Yeah. Oh, Zeke. Turns, runs. Oh, the Patriots are going to get in the end zone. I feel it. 15-yard gain. Third and goal. Hunter Henry, tight end. Open shot. Nearly picked up Robert Kraft, owner at 7-6.
That's bad when the owner does that.
7 minutes ago, it's 10-6. Jones to Demario Douglas. 7 minutes to go. Later in the drive, 2nd and 12. Watch how open Mike Gesicki is in the end zone. Oh, off the back foot. What? That looks like me with an 8-iron. Yeah. Like I'm off the back foot and I don't really hit it. I don't mean. So they get the ball one more time, but I mean, good luck. It's Zappy hour, but it's only a Zappy minute. Bailey Zappi's in. He faked the spike, and unfortunately, they faked the completion. Rodney Thomas picks it off Bill. Headache. Can't blame him. They hold the opponent to 10. You get in the red zone. Special teams, which when you're not as good as opponents as a lot of them, they are not this year. You got to pick up ground in little areas. Yeah. Red zone, both offense, defense. Special teams was atrocious. They sent everybody after a punt and forgot to leave someone back, and it was a 75-yard punt. Took them out. I could go on and on. Yeah. Good for the Colts. They're 5-5. Good for them. All right, now, Mac Jones being taken out of the game.
They just told me I was out of the game, so I wasn't playing very good, so I got taken out of the game before the 2-minute drive at the end of the game. It's a difficult situation, but at the end of the day, I really did want the team to win. I'll always be that person. And I know that, we didn't win, so it's hard for everybody, but I have to play better to not even be in that situation. And, it's not ideal for anybody, right? No one is going to do good in that situation.
They're 2-8. The New England Patriots are 2-8.
And he doesn't look like he's enjoying football.
Tell you what, the Bucs hadn't enjoyed football lately, but here come Baker Mayfield at the new sombrero. Not that new anymore, but we still call it that against the Titans. Can they break a 4-game losing streak? That's Mike Evans. That's Evans again. So Baker played pretty mistake-free football for the large part this year, don't you think, Boog?
Yep.
Mayfield, here we go. Rashad White. Well, Herm had him at Arizona State.
Arizona State.
Ask him on your 3 o'clock Monday special. Bucks lead 7-3 at the half. Now third, 10-3 Bucks at home. Mayfield to Evans. Again, Keenan Allen, Mike Evans.
No, this is after Mike Evans had a couple drops, but he came back and more than made up for it, Boom.
27-yard game. Mayfield, Chris Godwin. Nice. 17 yards, first down, Tampa Bay. 3rd and 3, Bucks. How about this? Mayfield, Evans, don't even think about stopping me. Touchdown, 17-3, Tampa Bay.
Boom, caught it at the 5-yard line, dragged 1, then it was 2, and went through 2.5. The other Titan didn't want to come in there. Great job of physicality by Evans.
The Bucks bottling up. Derrick Henry and the youngster Will Levis, who's looked good since he's been in there for the Titans. Hit as he throwed. Antoine Winfield Jr. picks it off and makes a return about it. You gotta love being a convoy of blockers when you guys pick it off, right?
Oh, no doubt about it. And Winfield Jr. has been playing at a really, really high level. And the celebration, roll the boat.
The Bucks, they're rowing the boat. The Jolly Roger shaking. And then Yaya Diaby. Get your yayas out. Big play, Tampa Bay. Again, Levis trying to make something happen. D. Delaney. Kalijah Cansey. These are not names you know. For the Tampa Bay Bucks, it's their only home game in a 5-game span. It's weird. 2 road they lost, 1 a home game, and now they got 2 more on the road. And the Bucks, they beat the Titans. And you know what? In that division, 4 and 5,
they're right in the mix.
They are right in the mix. And now, Pat Tillman, outside. We honor with the roses the fallen hero, not football hero, American hero. The fans in Arizona honoring him before the game and really every day. And Kyler Murray is back as they play the Atlanta Falcons. They're down 14-12 heading into the break. Now late third, Murray, Michael Wilson. Is he in? Play reviewed. They say he's down at the 1.
Yeah, knee was down, Boom. Good to see Kyler Murray back, Boom.
Well, listen, with knee injury, you're not running the tush push with Kyler Murray. Clayton, name that tune. It's a touchdown. Cardinals, they've only won once with tying Josh Dobbs. 22-17. Taylor Heineke looking to take off the top of the bottle. He can't continue. Hurt. Desmond Ridder in, not too bad. Heineke, we like the way he battles. But he's on the sideline under 4 to go. 22-17, Arizona leads. Ridder. To Drake London. Flag, Antonio Hamilton, senior PI.
Yeah, to me, there's a lot of incidental contact. I don't agree with that call.
Well, Falcons have it 3rd and 4. Ridder on the option. The night Ridder. Touchdown, Atlanta. Going for 2 as they should. They're up by 1, but they don't make it 23-22. Under 2 to go. Murray. This he can do. Whoop. Oh, they thought they had him penned in, but no, they don't. Almost a year since the knee injury sideline. That looked pretty darn strong.
I forgot how fast he can move.
Yeah, so did Atlanta. Murray. Everybody falling down. That's Trey McBride. Looked like a counter tray. Falcons 2 timeouts, though. James Conner.
They wanted him to score, Boom. Good job by Conner going down.
Atlanta timeout, 1 timeout remaining, and then 2 minutes to go. Murray led us Prater. It's Matt Prater. 23-yard field goal good. Cardinals! They went for the 2nd time this year. Arthur Smith. In that division, you're all alive. Don't worry about it. And Kyler Murray back. Cardinals win 25-23. Back, Booger, to the top of the show where, might as well just bark out the standings, right? In the AFC North, which is by far and away the best. Baltimore with a loss, 7-3. Pittsburgh, 6-3. Cleveland, 6-3. Cincinnati, 5-4. You come out of that division, and there may be several, probably will be. you will have earned it, because that's the new black and blue division. It's not new that we're saying it about that division, but my goodness.
And I think that the division is relatively healthy now, especially with Joe Burrow back in Cincinnati.
And Watson.
And Watson. Cleveland, to me, is the wild card, Boom, because I think we understand what we're going to get out of Pittsburgh. The offense is suspect, but the defense is going to keep them in ball games with Mike Tomlin. Baltimore, Lamar, the way they're running the ball, the defense. Cleveland, number one defense in football, and we've been waiting on the offense. We've been waiting on Watson to take the next step. He played really well in the second half today. Can he do that for an entire game? And then can he put 2 or 3 games together? If he does, I'm not saying they can't come back and win that division.
Well, they never win in Baltimore, and they certainly don't win. Where was my stat here? The Browns, this is naturally, I'm looking for this as we go. All right, when trailing by 14 points or more, had lost 24 straight games. Now, some of those teams were 0 or 1, and I get it.
Yeah.
But you do that in Baltimore, you put that in your pocket for the rest of the year. I think that's a really big thing, but I agree with you. The Ravens, eyeball, have the most answers.
Yes.
But not by a mile.
Yes.
Not by even more than a couple hundred yards.
That's a good way to put it.
You know?
No doubt.
But be fun to watch that. And Thursday night, that's Cincinnati at Baltimore, so that'll be a really good one. Game ball for week number 10. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with a wide receiver, which is something I don't often do. The Cowboys' CeeDee Lamb, Boom. He was absolutely outstanding. 11 catches, 151 yards, and 1 touchdown. He had a rushing touchdown. It's the 3rd straight game with 10 catches plus 150 yards, which is a new NFL record. Dallas has found out that he's their number 1 receiver, and they get him the football regardless of who's covering him. And as long as they do that, that offense is moving and moving with the pace.
There have been a lot of great stories already halfway through the season, but none more unlikely than Josh Dobbs. He won until today, the only game for Arizona, and I came in relief last week and didn't even know the playbook. His teammates named Minnesota. So now he had a week to study the playbook. We showed you needed help to find where you go to the locker room before the game, and he becomes the 4th Viking quarterback with a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown in back-to-back games. I say it because the names are good. Dante Culpepper, who was fun to watch. Joe Kapp, who led the Vikings to Super Bowl IV, and then the Hall of Famer Fran Tarkenton did it in 1961 when they were in expansion. Norm Van Brocklin was the coach then, but he led him to 3 Super Bowls. And now here's Josh Dobbs, a Viking for week and a half, maybe 12 days.
Any list that has Fran Tarkenton on it, I got to say, is a really good list.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 47,000 years. I mean, Fran Tarkenton was worth the price of admission, even if the Vikings got beat by 20 points. Josh Dobbs has kept Minnesota the hottest team in the league. How about that? Even though Kirk Cousins hurt, we didn't think we would say that. So, Sunday Night Football, interesting, very interesting. Jets and Raiders. Once upon a time, that was a big rivalry game.
Once upon a time.
Back in the day that I used to go, name it, against the Raiders. But at any rate, it's Sunday Night Football. Scott Van Pelt with the highlights. Scotty, welcome back to the show.
I don't want to be rude, Boomer. It's your show. I don't want to correct you, but I was under the impression the Jets were playing.
The Raiders!
One time. Let's go to Vegas. If you're still there on a Sunday night, man, it's probably been a weird weekend, right? Ice Cube in the building. Zach Wilson trying to get the Jets on the board with a touchdown. It's been only field goals to this point. On 3rd and 7, he takes off, gets to the sideline, gets to the pylon, touchdown. However, that right foot is just out of bounds there. Breece Hall would later score. That was taken off the board with a hold. It's all field goals and still all field goals. 9-9, late 3rd, and there goes Josh Jacobs. Big run. Runs out of a tackle. Knocked out of bounds is the ball, but the Raiders maintain possession as they change ends of the field and begin the 4th. It's a 3rd down and 4. Aiden O'Connell feels the pressure and just throws it up and says, make a play. Michael Mayer, the rookie out of Notre Dame, climbs the ladder and brings it down 16-9. And now the Raiders driving in a 16-12 game, trying to put the Jets to bed. However, Josh Jacobs has the ball ripped out of his hands as he's going down before the elbow's down. That's Jets ball. They're driving. Under 2 minutes to go, and Robert Spillane, that guy makes play after play in this Raider defense, picks off Wilson. The Raiders can put this thing to bed with a 1st down. They give O'Connell a chance to throw for it, but it's knocked down by Jermaine Johnson. This Jets defense, they keep their team in it week after week after week. That gives Wilson one last chance. And here comes the Raider rush. There's Spillane. Max Crosby. Guy plays with his hair on fire. Can Wilson square the shoulders and wing it? He's got a cannon. He does. And Garrett Wilson gets a hand on it, sort of. But he cannot corral it as he hits the deck, and the Jets' chances fall by the wayside. Devontae celebrating. Antonio Pierce has changed the vibe in that room. They've got back-to-back wins over New York's Giants and Jets. It's going to be a steeper climb next week as they head to Miami. The Jets, meanwhile, head to Buffalo, and the Bills will have revenge on their minds after the Jets stole that Monday nighter to start the season with a punt return in overtime.
All right, fellas, thank you very, very much. And so week 10, just about in the books. Yeah, I mean, it is in the books. I'm looking for my book, but a lot of curveballs week 10. Like we said, Cleveland and Baltimore, 6-3 final. Not quite.
Offense has kind of picked it up a little bit, and it's amazing. The later we get into the season, we think we know a lot of things, but I'm often reminded any given Sunday, and the NFL always produces that.
And one thing we didn't get to a long time on the show, real quick, the Chargers, they're the most interesting 4 and 5 team, but they got to start piling up some wins against. I mean, you can't just beat up on the teams that you can score a lot on and aren't going to score on you. They worried about them because they have the personnel in most places, but it doesn't seem to go together all the time.
If by interesting you mean underwhelming, underperforming, I'd agree with you. Underachieving, because they have a ton of talent. And they're relatively healthy other than Mike Williams. But it just doesn't seem to evolve into the win-loss column. And to me, that's the biggest issue.
Don't give up on them, but we're almost at Thanksgiving.
Gobble, gobble.
Well, we're not giving up on Thanksgiving. So I'm just saying Chargers, we're lighting a candle for you. We're going to see what happens. For Booger, I'm Boomer. Thanks for watching NFL Primetime. Have a great week. See you around the corner.